is pretty easy. Keeping your elimination channels open, making sure that your kidneys, liver, lymphatic system, and the skin are consistently being able and supported for detoxification. And I know lots of people talk about it at this conference. Just check that stuff out or connect with me. Staying alkaline is important. You know, like it was a huge part of my journey, drinking ionized water and drinking green juices, raw foods. It's needed for the body to be able to detoxify and have energy as well to be able to do that. Eating low on the food chain, not just to protect your body from the radiation that is coming your way, but also supports detoxification and regeneration. That was a huge factor in my own journey. I had to go raw and I had to start juicing, fasting, all of those aspects. Eat primary organic, obviously. If you are worried about fish and you're eating fish, just eat the fish from above equator. Below the equator, actually. I'm sorry, that was a mistake in here. Or from Atlantic Ocean. And next thing, very important, take up a breathing practice. As you have to use breath to be able to detoxify and have oxygen in your cells. And using some of the meditation practices will help you calm your mind and be more in tune with what's happening in your own body. Keeping the immune system up is very important too, using medicinal mushrooms, vitamin C. I'm huge on low glycemic sweeteners because sugar is just such a menace to your health. And it's extremely important to get that kind of under control to be able to control your gut environment. And the gut, of course, it's where all the disease starts. So you have to be able to have a good relationship with your gut and with your gut health to be able to maintain your immunity. Oops. Yeah. Next one, removing. So that's an important one too, because everyone always asking me, Katrine, what do I take? So yeah, it's all great and I can do all of that, but what do I take? I personally love apple pectin. That's something that I've used in my own practice, and when I was in Japan, that's what made me bulletproof. Lots of people thought that I was crazy for going there. They were like, oh my God, you're gonna die. There's like people were calling on prayer circles for me, all sorts of things. So it was really interesting. But I was pretty sure in my recovery protocol, and I also had apple pectin that can block any kind of radioactive particles, heavy metals, and help you maintain your blood sugar and also cholesterol. So that one was like a big one for me. Of course, zeolite, spirulina, medical clays, practices like infrared sauna, clay baths, coffee enemas, it's all a protocol. Chlorella and spirulina, food to me, they're not even a supplement. This is something that should be daily in the protocol of every person just because of the kind of environment we live in. And organic sulfur, that's an important one too. I was so amazed by apple pectin that I actually wrote a book on it. And any one of you who is here and send me an email on my website, which is katrineyolynsky.com, just tell me that you were at the Raw Food Expo. I'll send you this book completely free because it's so amazing, all the research that had happened on this product and never got out into the West. So the next thing, repair. Now, that's an interesting one too because we've heard a lot about antioxidants, and that's what usually people think about DNA. And DNA damage is getting a lot of antioxidants to repair the cells. But for me, the biggest one was enzymes and probiotics, because the body is literally losing so many enzymes trying to regenerate itself when you're exposed to radiation that is basically just don't get enough from the outside to be able to fill up the bank account. So for me, that made all the difference in the world. I also love Patrick Flanagan's Mega Hydrate. This is an electrical-based antioxidant. Your body doesn't have to work for it, and I highly recommend checking out his work on that. And it's basically hydrogen with an extra electron that's being able to donate right into your body. And herbs like aloe, bee pollen, mushroom, green tea, resveratrol, all of those things are really well researched, and they should be just part of our normal diet. Next thing is remineralize. Remineralization is important because if you are mineralized, your body is not going to uptake radioactive particles as easy as it would have the other way around, because all the radioactive particles are actually analogs, kind of, right, for the real stuff, like cesium-137. Potassium is the real thing. The body really wants potassium, but if it doesn't have it, it will uptake the cesium-137. Iodine-131. Why people take iodine when the radiation, when there is a fallout, is because they want to protect the thyroid and saturate it with iodine so you don't uptake it. So if you're continuously taking it in through your diet, you're already naturally protected. It will be actually very interesting to see what happens in Japan because people there are actually quite mineralized. veggies, miso soup, quality salts, fulvic acid. This is all kind of part of daily protocol. I prefer kelp, Icelandic kelp natural sources versus something extracted like detoxified oil iodine. But I used both when I was in Fukushima. The last part is what I call recalibrate. And that is more to do with the subtle body. Because I study subtle body a lot, and it's a very interesting subject to me. I use a machine called GDV that's based on cranial photography, and I've seen how much raggedness happens in the energy field when a person is exposed to radiation. So meditation, subtle energy devices, all those things bring you back into balance. Like Patrick Flanagan's Neurophone, that's actually been the last toy I've been playing with a lot. Before you begin your journey, I suggest you know your cards and where you're going. I'm a big proponent of working with a practitioner because a lot of times we're just shooting in the dark by taking this and that and that. We're all different biochemically, and it's really good to get to know where you're at and work with someone who knows what they're doing. And there's a lot of them here in the outside or, like speaking today. And above all else, just take care of your attitude. There's nothing more important than how you are with your body and with the issues at hand. And at the end of it, there is no silver bullet, there is no pill, and there is no secret. It just takes hard work, discipline, and just being on it all the time. To me, this is an invitation to evolve. We have a place right now in the universe where we can just step up and look at our consciousness, look at our body, and evolve into a higher human beings. So connect with me on KatrinaYolynsky.com. That's my main website. Or